obviously head back on the road at College Station, facing a very, very good football team. Obviously really good players and really good schemes to complement that and go with it. And so certainly going to be a challenging game. Have to match their physicality. But as I said to the team, coming off a Saturday night, obviously disappointed with the result, but thought we competed very hard, played with great effort, intensity, passion. We just need to execute a little bit better and make a few more plays. I mean, that is the difference between winning and losing. And so if we can continue to play with that level of competitive spirit and fire for 4 quarters and compete, and we can execute a little better in some situations, then obviously you give yourself a better chance to win. So with that, I'll open up the questions.
Steve?
Looking back at the film, I know Chris did some encouraging things, but after going back and maybe watching the film, what kind of teachable moments did you see for a young guy like that after his first action?
I think you just said it, right? Obviously, there's some real positives there that you can point to. I think the biggest one is when you read the defense properly and the ball comes out on time. I mean, football is a game of timing. It doesn't matter whether it's run game, pass game, in the kicking game. Everything's got you want it to time up, right? You want to play off your back foot on your drop, deliver the ball in the right time. When we did that, it looked really good. Now, he made a few plays, being able to move around and extend plays, but a lot of times that can get you into more trouble and exposes you to blindside rushers and stuff like that. So he got a lot of valuable experience, did some good things. Simply put, I just like the confidence he plays with. He plays with the confidence, and other people kind of gravitate towards that and gets other people going. But he's plenty smart enough to know that, watch some clips on there and know, yeah, there's some things I got to do a lot better too.
Coach Stoops said today that they sent a clip to the SEC of Cam Jones as one of those dust-ups early in the game. Have you guys gotten any word from the conference regarding any punishment or anything headed his way?
I have not got an official word from the conference. No, sir.
Coach, back to the Marson thing. Obviously, there's been a lot of mystery, of course, about who you're going to start at quarterback. That may be the same situation at A&M this week. When you begin to prepare for that, is it really more about schematics and personnel, and how does that kind of factor in when when different guys are unavailable week to week at this point in the season?
Well, that's part of it. Obviously, late in the year, you're going to see different faces. I think in that particular position, the quarterback, right, you're always trying to affect that particular player the most in part of your defensive game plan, and so you want to have a large film bank of clips of seeing a guy so you can see, trying to evaluate, hey, what affects him? Is it pressure? Is it coverage? Does he make some throws more often from this hash to the wide side of the field than the other hash? And so, yeah, if you're facing a new quarterback, there's always some variability to that. But Johnson played a heck of a game. Obviously, faced him a couple times over the course of his career. That guy's a tough football player, man. He stands in there and delivers some throws and takes some shots like what you appreciate seeing a quarterback do and deliver the ball, dig routes across the middle and stuff like that. And so he played a heck of a game. He's had a heck of a year. I have every reason to believe if he can go, he's going to be going.
Zach, obviously, where the season's at, you guys can still qualify for a bowl game with 2 wins. So how do you sort of balance, trying to do that while also maybe getting some of these younger guys more experience, more develop them a little bit more for the future, I guess.
The only objective is to win. The only objective is to win, right? So you only put guys out there who you feel give you a chance to win, right? We have young guys playing for us who we think do that, and then obviously when you get late in the year and you start to lose some guys due to injuries or they're unavailable, then that creates more opportunities for younger guys who are down on the depth chart. But no, make no mistake about it. The objective is to win games, and you do that by putting your best personnel on the field for that particular situation. That doesn't change no matter what.
Coach, you've taken teams to Cal Fieldport as assistant coach, defense coordinator. Just talk about the atmosphere there and the challenge to play there.
And they always show up with a heck of a crowd, right? It's a great environment. We got a decent number of guys on the team who obviously were there 2 years ago. And so I'll leave it to them to explain what it's like playing in that environment to the other guys. But we'll have, I'm sure, a decent number of guys on the travel squad who it is their first trip, and they should be excited for that. But usually when you're in the middle of a game, you're so preoccupied with what's going on in the field, you don't necessarily recognize the atmosphere and the environment.
As far as who you started at quarterback, obviously you're the head coach, but at what point during the week and what information do you and Coach Barbet need to have to kind of say, okay, this is our guy, this is who we're going with, and how we kind of build a game plan around that guy?
Oh, I mean, in reality, we're going to see what Will's availability is this week. He's practicing, and he's able to do more and more and more. And so, if it's determined that he's able to go, he's our starting quarterback, no doubt about it. And so, we obviously have a few days for that to get sorted out. And then, if he's unavailable to go, I have no doubt you'll see both quarterbacks in the game. So the reps will reflect that accordingly in practice all week, and then final game plan and situation obviously kind of determines who's in there on that particular play. So I mean, I think it's too early to name you a starter.
How much do you feel Chris has benefited the past few months, or whenever, since he's got the start, Phillip, having, Mike and Will in that quarterback room as, two experienced guys to help him prepare?
Anytime you're a freshman, right, you benefit from having older guys in your position group who have experience, who you can learn from, right? And you can learn from them just by observing them, by talking to them in the film room. It is always in the best interest of freshmen to learn from the older guys in their group. So yes, it has been beneficial to him. To his credit, that guy, Chris, is a worker. He is as passionate about learning the game of football and doing everything that he can control to prepare himself as anyone in the program. And so it has been fun to see his development. He was here in the spring, but he actually wasn't fully cleared because he was still coming off of a knee rehab, an injury his senior year of high school. So while he was able to throw 7-on-7 routes on air, he didn't get to actually scrimmage or play any of the spring game stuff. And so he's done a great job of doing everything he can do to control his preparation, and in the film room, extra meeting time with Coach Barbet or with Mike and Will. And so I have no doubt he'll continue to do that.
You mentioned Will getting some more and more practice reps. Just what kind of boost does that maybe give some of these guys when they see him getting closer to being available to play?
Well, he's been practicing. He's been practicing the entire time. And so I guess you have to ask the players. Maybe that's a better question for the players. But I think you see a boost in him every. He's able to do more, start off ladder throwing and now fully let it rip and throw every route on the route tree. And so I think he gains confidence from that. And with that, I imagine everyone else everyone else gets excited about your starting quarterback potentially being able to go.
Anything else? All right.
All right,